In this video, the step-by-step to update SimaPro multi-user will be explained. The whole updating process consists of three main steps. First is updating the database server, second is updating the SimaPro client, and finally updating the database. The last step to replace obsolete links is considered optional but recommended. Only when all of these actions have been executed, you have performed the complete update of SimaPro multi-user. Note that updating SimaPro multi-user is a bit more complex compared to the single user, so we recommend that the updates are done by your network administrator or your IT department. Before I jump straight into the video, it is good to mention that the multi-user setup in this video doesn't reflect the actual setup on how SimaPro multi-user should be. For optimal performance, the ideal setup is to have the SimaPro client, database server, and database files all on the same virtual machine. Nevertheless, it doesn't matter how is your multi-user infrastructure, since the basics of updating SimaPro multi-user remains the same. For further information about the server infrastructure or configuration, please refer to the installation manual. Furthermore, this update procedure is only relevant for business multi-user licenses. Owners of classroom license can contact support@simapro.com to receive separate instructions. Most importantly, please keep in mind that the whole update process can take a lot of time, even up to 6 hours, depending on the size of the database and your computer specifications. Therefore, patience is required, and it is advised to also coordinate this internally within your team. Canceling or aborting the update process is not recommended as it risks to damage your database. Let's begin with updating the SimaPro database server. Head over to the SimaPro Hub Center website and choose the relevant update instructions. If you only want to go from one previous version to the next consecutive version, for instance, from 9.3 to 9.4, you only need to use the regular update instructions. Please note that this update only covers the data gap between one version only and therefore is well suited if you have been regularly updating SimaPro every time a new update is available. On the other hand, if you ever missed a few of past updates and you want to update from much older version of SimaPro, for instance from SimaPro 9.0, you can just go for the full update instructions. This setup will update your database server, SimaPro client, and SimaPro database accumulatively in one go, so you don't need to do multiple updates. Therefore, it's always recommended to double-check which SimaPro version you are currently using. Once you have downloaded the server installer, right-click and select Run as Administrator to start the installation. Select the language you want to use during the installation, and then you can just follow the instructions in the setup wizard. You will be asked for your SimaPro registration name and code, so be sure to have those handy. Choose the type of database server installation. Previously, I installed it as a service, so I'll choose service for this option. The current database server will be uninstalled and then replaced with the latest version. This action will not remove your databases. Your databases will remain intact along with any defined alias. Once the update is successful, you can run the database server again and you will see the updated version on the top left of the window. Having successfully updated the database server, what changes can we expect afterward? Pretty much as expected, your database server will be updated to a newer version. Second, there won't be any changes made to either your SimaPro clients or your databases yet, so you shouldn't expect any differences in your result. Finally, if you have installed the server as a service, Check if the service is running via Task Manager. Under the Services tab, look for NXSP Server 2. If it's not running, you need to have it started via a right mouse click. The next step then will be to update all multi-user clients, which will be described in the next video.